All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Brian Angel Senior in the chat. Hello, BobbethTV. Hello, Brian. Welcome in, brother. Thank you for the like. Let's get on over to our race screen. We're here in Peevely, USA. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's final racing day for the racing week. This is the Motowear International Limited late models here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. About a minute or so left in practice, so enough time to quickly check out who's got the quick times before we head on over to qualifying. Brian Angel, 11.903, 11.919 for John Bennett there, and Ken McLean, 11.944, 11.946, and 11.988 for Chris Standridge and Josh Roberts. So that top five, very, very closely packed in, a little over 800ths of a second between them. So we've got Andy Williams, Dawson Potter, Bud Molyneux, Travis McDonald, Drew Warren here, Brent Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges out on hunt, Tim L. Brown, Mike Davis. It's going to be a good 50-lap feature race here today. Few seconds of our practice time. My coffee should be here any second now. Bam Motorsports John Bennett just hits that inside wall, shoots himself up to the outside wall. Gotta get the pit crew something to do before qualifying, I guess. 17 drivers. A decent field. Here's me, a bit of coughing fit. This has got some guys going out on the track, but doesn't want to jump over to them at all. Seems to want to stay on John in the pits for now. Yeah, I don't know why it's so stuck on John Bennett. Kent McLean, 12.136, 12.162, and 12.168 at the top. 3 door spot on Travis McDonald. Mike Butler and Mike Davis are up there as well with some 12.2s. Josh Roberts cracks that 12.1 mark with a 12.088 quick time there. Kent McLean, 12.136, 12.162. 168 for Travis McDonald. John Bennett, 185. Those times are so close. This is going to be very, very fun. A lot of positional battle is going to be coming from this. These guys very much the same speeds. Very little difference between each other. Between first and sixth, there's less than 1/10 of a second. All 18 drivers appear to have qualified with about a minute to go before we start throwing over to our first lot of heat races. I'd say it's going to be 3 heats of 6. All right, just in case we get any more people joining, I guess they're going to run the qualifying through all the way through to the 3-minute mark. So just 10 seconds remain. And we'll grid up for our first of 3 heats. All right, as the cars start to take the field, heat 1 for the Motowear International Limited late models here at the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 Fapper. At I-55, Josh Roberts and Travis McDonald in that front row. Bud Molyneux and Mike Davis, second row. Third row is going to be Andy Williams and Wayne Bridges. All right, as the pace truck is leaving the track. We are off and racing. Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald, Bud Molyneux, Mike Davis, Andy Williams, Wayne Bridges, heat 1. Motowear International Limited late models to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Laps, 6 cars, 3 heats, 50-lap feature race here tonight. Mike Davis got to the wall a little bit there, nothing crazy, but Andy Williams trying to make his way below him. Looks like Wayne Bridges behind, also looking for a way past as we jump up to the front. Bud Molyneux in third. Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts still our race leader with 3 laps in, 3 to come. A lap. Roberts still managing to hold off Travis McDonald here. One more set of turns, though, 3 and 4. Is Josh going to be able to keep that car in front? He is. It's a nice wide little mini slider line to bring it back up to the start-finish line run. Travis McDonald, high 5 on Josh Roberts there. As we get over to our results, Andy Williams in 6th, Wayne Bridges 5th, Mo Digging Murphy's Mike Davis 4th, Venom Racing's Bud Molyneux in 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, Josh Roberts, and JJ Motorsports in 1st. All right, Heat 2 is going to be Kent McLean and Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Mike Butler, Drew Warren on that second row. Alan Hunt and Brett Vanderwood will be on that third and final row. Just going to have a quick look at the late model points, see who was our winner points leader last week. So winner will be Chad Puttabo. He is not here today. Our points leaders are Andy Williams and John Bennett, though, so it looks like they may be going to the rear of a field in the feature race. My coffee's adjusting, so as we get this one going, I'm just going to run to the front door, grab that real quick. Excuse me, cat. Alright, I am back. I'm so sorry about that. But Kent McLean, Jonathan Foxworth racing side by side. So Jonathan might have that slight advantage on the high line there. Drew Warren, Mike Butler, Alan Hunt, Brett Vanderwood for the rest of this field. Three in, three still to come. This race by no means decided yet. Kent McLean and Jonathan Foxworth battling for 1 and 2, but Drew Warren looks like he might have some speed there as well, just not able to get by these guys, so sort of stuck back there in third spot. Come around for the white flag lap. This is going to be it. Kent's going to have to try and make a move here. See what happens. Can Drew Warren sort of pick up any pieces that might be there? It looks like we're going to come through 3 and 4 for the final time. Jonathan Foxworth, the Big Man Bandit, he's going to get that run just to the line there and pick up the Heat 2 victory. Heat 2's results ready already. That's good. Nice and quick moving things along. Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in 6th place. Alan Hunt finished in 5th. Mike Butler in 4th for Yoda Outlaws. Mayhem Motorsports in 3rd. Drew Warren. Bam Motorsports, Kent McLean in 2nd. Jonathan Foxworth, the Big Man Bandit, will win Heat 2. Our 3rd and final grid for the racing week. It's going to be Dawson Potter and John Bennett on that front row. Brian Angel and Chris Dandridge on that 2nd row. Tim L. Brown and Doug Norton on that 3rd and final row. Let's get to our final heat. Alright, and away we go. Standridge and Brian Angel battling it out pretty hard. Dawson Potter's up there in front of him in 2nd. John Bennett, our current race leader. Oh, look at that. Zoom in on that beautiful BobbethTV logo down there under the Hinchman Indy Racing Suits logo. Number 22 there. Thank you, Chris. Coming around through 3 and 4. Last lap, last heat race. This has been a very quick, barely 20 minutes into the broadcast itself, and all 3 heat races have been done and dusted just about. There it is, checkered flag. Oh, Chris, no! Chris hits the wall just on that last lap. He's going to get passed by the other guys and fall back to 6th. Await the final results. There we go. Christian Falcast Racing in 6th. Mo Diggy Mafia's Doug Norton in 5th. Tim L. Brown 4th. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel in 3rd. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 2nd place. But J&J Motorsports John and Bam Motorsports driver John Bennett is our race winner for Heat 3. Get over to the grid for the feature race. Now remember, as I said, Andy Williams, and I forgot who the second person was with Andy. John Bennett. Where's Travis going? That's Ken McLean. Where's he going? He doesn't need to go to the rear of the field. Alright, let's just call out the grid as it stands. Josh McDonald, Kent McLean on that front row. Dawson Potter and Bud Molyneux 2nd row. Drew Warren and Brian Angel 3rd row. Mike Davis and Mike Butler on that 4th row. 5th row is going to be Tim Brown and Wayne Bridges. 6th row, Alan Hunt and Doug Norton. Andrew Williams, Brett Vanderwood, and Chris Standridge. Wait, we've got twin main events. Oh, we've got a 15-lap Consi and then a 50-lap feature. Ah, I didn't see that part. I wonder where John Bennett and crew were. Coach car has left the track. The boys going to get this one going. Trying to start the track camps just to get a bit of a better look of the pack as we get this one going to see if there's any incidents, see if we can get it up to speed here. Lap 2 of 15. Looks like this race well and truly under control. Let's get down to the track. Kent McLean, our race leader. Travis McDonald, Bud Molyneux, George and Brian Angel, the top 5 for this Consi race. How ironic that our B-Main bandit himself, Jonathan Foxworth, qualified straight through to the feature race, does not have to race in the B-Main. There's just only 3 less cars than the full feature field. Might be a good preview of what is to come. The guys racing pretty intently up the front there. Bud Molyneux, Ken McLean. Looks like Bud's going to cross over Ken's nose and it's not going to set properly. That's going to send him down the track into Travis McDonald. Bring out our first caution for the night. Line back up, we'll get this reset back underway. Motor International Limited Label, this is our 15-lap Consi battle. Racing, 5 to go in this battle. Brett Vanderwood in front there, the 8 car contender, just 23 car just behind him. You see Andy Williams, Doug Norton, a little bit of Tim L. Brown, Travis McDonald as well from time to time. Our race leader, though, Dawson Potter currently second, Kent McLean third, on Butler and Allen Hunt Dudley fourth and fifth. White flag lap. Looks like there's been a crash as well, but that's on the white flag lap, Kent McLean. So no yellow flag as the boys run through, get the checkered flag. Brian Angel is going to win at the 15th lap at B-Main. Congratulations, Yoda Outlaws. Consi results. Oh, there they go. All right, in at 15th for Venom Racing, Bud Molyneux. Wayne at Bridges, 14th. Modic Murphy's Mike Davis in 13th. Mayhem Motorsports, Drew Warren in 12th. Travis McDonald for BAM Motorsports Travis McDonald in 11th. Kent McLean for BAM Motorsports in 10th. Tim L. Brown 9th. Modic Murphy's Doug Norton in 8th. Yoda Outlaws Brent Vanwood in 7th. Andy Williams 6th. Outcast Racing's Chris Dandridge in the top 5. Alan Hunt 4th. Our top 3 finishes for the concert. Got the hiccups again. Yoda Outlaws Mike Butler. Dawson Potter for KHR in 2nd. And Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws wins. So Yoda Outlaws doing quite well in the concert. Let's get the grid for this one. Looks like a couple of boys pulling over to the side. So Josh Robertson, Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. John Bennett will go to the rear, but he scored on the 2nd row. Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Mike Butler 3rd row. 4th row, Alan Hunt, Chris Standridge. 5th row, Andy Williams and Brett Vanderwood, but Andy will go to the rear of field as well. Doug Norton and Tim L. Brown on that 6th row. 7th row is qualified as Ken McLean and Travis McDonald. 8th row, Drew Warren and Mike Davis. Wayne Bridges and Bud Molyneux on that qualifying 9th and final row. 50 lap concert. Let's see how this one goes. It's been a pretty quick broadcast so far, only 25 minutes into it. So only the one caution. Not sure what happened at the start there. Looked like Travis might have been out of position slightly. Falling down the field quite considerably, back down to about 15th. Three-mate band trying to finish the box with their race leader, Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt. Way in 5 of 50, and boys getting up to speed pretty quickly. All 18 cars are still in this battle. Top 5, Jonathan Foxworth, Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt. The top 6 to 10. Chris Standridge, Mike Butler, Doug Norton, Drew Warren, Kent McLean. 11 to 15 is Wayne Bridges, Phil Brown, Andy Williams, Brett Vanderwood, and Travis McDonald. 16 to 18, Mike Davis, John Bennett, and Bud Molyneux. And the lap has begun. A little time getting up to race speed. This is a go here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway, the Motor International Limited late models. And the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Quarter of the way in, 12 in still. 15. Well, maybe 25, yeah. My math is not mathing today, guys, sorry. Oh, my sorry, guys. Sorry about that also. Oh, there's our first caution. Looks like it might have been Brett Vanderwood. Tim L. Brown also in the pits. There's Tim L. Brown above Brett Vanderwood there. They come into contact almost right there at the pit entrance, actually. Almost perfect placement. First caution out, 15 laps of 50. A little over the 1 quarter-way mark. Right, pace trucks left the track there, double wide. Jonathan Fox with Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Dorset Potter, Chris Evans, Alan Hunt, Drew Warren, Mike Butler, Ken McLeod, Doug Norton, Andy Williams, Wade Prince, John Better, Trucks, Bill Bud Molyneux, Mike Davis, Brett Vandal, Tim L. Brown. How are we all today, guys? Chat is very quiet. Going absolutely insane yesterday. Today, the opposite. Everyone just wanting to watch a bit of the racing instead. Hope you've had a good week. Main banners falling back to second there. Josh Roberts, our new race leader. Brian Angel, Chris Dandridge, Dawson Potter at 5. You can also see Drew Warren and Alan Hunt there as well. 7 not far out of that pack. Oh, another caution, lap 25, lap green flag run there. Green, where's the yellow? Is any red yet? No yellow. There's the yellow. Drew Warren, one of our new guys. Let's have a look and see what happened to Drew there. 35 machine with the flames up the sides. Just got a little bit loose, tried to collect it, and got caught up with one of the drivers, Ken McLeod, then as well as Mike Mad Dog Davis and a few other drivers, just unfortunately coming into contact with him. That's going to send him back to the pits. Good start there. So John Fox is going to be forced to battle Brian Angel down low. Chris Dandridge, Dorset Potter as well. It's like a big run of cars there. You see on the track map that line goes all the way back to pretty much the end there. 7 cars on the track. Drew Warren still in the pits. Out. Let's see where this one was. I had my breakfast and missed it. Tim Brown on this one. crashed. But that doesn't seem to show us anything. It's live screen. We'll set back up for the restart. Looks like it's going to be single file. We're a little bit over the halfway mark. 25 in, 25. No, we'll be the halfway mark when we get started. 25 in, 25 to go. It's going to be single file. Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Chris Sanders, Jonathan Foxhurst, Ken McLean, Dodge Potter, John Bennett, Alan Hunt, Bud Molyneux, Andy Williams, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Doug Norton, Tim L. Brown. Mike Butler has retired. Drew Warren is in the pits. 16 cars remain. Lap 30 of 50, almost just 20 to go in this race. This has been a very flowy, limited late model race. Just the 3 cautions so far. Another caution out, 32 laps in. Chris Standard looks like this one. There they are both there, 7 and 22. Right, so coming another Chris Standard there, Josh Roberts. Oh, that was second and third, I think. And so they come into each other and just come to a stop on the infield wall. Another single file restart with Josh Roberts, Jonathan Foxwood, John Bennett, Ken McLean, Alan Hunt, the 5. Bud Molyneux, Dawson Potter, Andy Williams, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, the 6 to 10. The 11 to 16, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Doug Norton, Chris Sanders, Brian Angel, Tim L. Brown. Mike Butler has retired. He's 8 laps down. Drew Warren in the pits, 13 laps down. Just 16 cars remain with about 16 laps also remaining. Lose a car a lap, we would still have the winner crossing the checkered flag. That's up in front of the checkered flag. Josh Roberts off to a good lead there, about a half a second. It's probably been one of the bigger leads in this battle so far. See the 75 and the 72. That's Alan Hunt, Ken McLean 5th and 4th. Bud Molyneux, Travis McDonald just outside the top 5 there as well. So Ken McLean has got a battle teammate, John Bennett there. Go. One more lap and it'll just be 10 to go, 40 for 50 laps. I do like Bud's wrap, the Venom Racing wrap with the big snake eyes at the back. It's very cool. Oh, might have jinxed Bud by mentioning him because he just had some contact. We watched that live shot up into the wall. Has to tow to the pits. Sorry, Bud. If there's anyone in the chat you guys want me to talk about to jinx, let me know. That's what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing for a second. Right, single file restart, 10 laps to go. 9, actually, once we get this one started. 42 of 50. It's straight to the race cams. So with the final 5, we'll try and jump straight back up to the lead. Go 46 of 50. But Molyneux has retired, just 15 cars remain. Just going to jump up into race lead. Watch that battle take place as well. Josh Roberts, John Bennett, Jonathan and Foxworth, the Triple J's battling it out up there as the caution comes out. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a green-white checkered finish. Brett Vanderwood that came unstuck on that one. Let's have a quick look. It looked like it's stuck. Tried to sort of correct it with the slide and it just shot up into the wall. Excuse me. It is going to be lap. It is going to be a green-white checkered finish. Lap 49 and 50 to come. Josh Roberts, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, Kent McLean, Travis McDonald, the 1 to 5. Let's just let this one auto update again. There we go. 6 to 10. Dawson Potter, Andy Williams, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge. 11 to 15. With Brian Angel, Tim L. Brown, Doug Norton, Alan Hunt, and Brett Vanderwood. Josh Roberts, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth. Is it going to be Josh Roberts? Will it be the heartbreaker? John Bennett will be the B-main bandit. Jonathan Foxworth. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be John Bennett. So far, he has got that little bit of advantage with Josh Roberts. No slouch on that high line. No. Oh, he's going to cut under. No, he didn't get to cut under. He clipped the car and he's gone and crashed. Josh Roberts. No. Would rather have death than lose to John Bennett. Looks like he managed to get that car over the line in second, though, somehow. Oh, my God, what a finish. Drew Warren, Mayhem at Motorsports in 18th. 17th was Mike Butler for Yoda Outlaws. Venom at Racing's Bud Molyneux in 16th. 15th was Brent Vanwood for Yoda Outlaws. Tim L. Brown in 14th. Brian Angel, Yoda Outlaws teammate, in 13th. 12th was Alan Hunt with Chris Standridge for Outcast Racing in 11th. O'Diggy Mafia's Doug Norton and Mike Davis both got 10th and 9th respectively. Wayne Bridges finished in 8th. Wayne Bridges in 8th. Andy Williams in 7th, and KHR's very own Dawson Potter rounded out our top 6 spot. Our top 5, Travis McDonald. Kent McLean in 4th for BAM Motorsports. The B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth finished in 3rd. JJ Motorsports and BAM Motorsports teammate JJ Motorsports Josh Roberts in the 2nd, but J&J Motorsports and BAM Motorsports teammate, I'll get it right in this order, John Bennett is our race winner after coming from the rear of field, I believe. So not a bad effort from John, the heartbreaker getting it done old school wise. Let's get up to the chat and see what he thinks. All right, congratulations, John, coming into tonight. You were equal points lead with Andy Williams. There was no Chad Putterbowl, so last week's winner not going to the rear of field. It was more than points leads. And with only a 3-point lead over Travis in 3rd, 6 over Jonathan in 4th, and Kent about 10 points. It's pretty close coming in with this finish here as well. Obviously, Josh, Jonathan, Kent, everyone all finishing up there high as well. But looked like it was going to be Josh's race. But you just had that inside line working late. Was it something where it sort of went away and came back? How did you get that run to work?
The bottom I felt was there the whole time, but when I caught Josh and Jonathan, they were both kind of low, so I'm like, oh, I'll try the top. And through the corners, I was faster, but I could never get all the way to them. And so I went back to the bottom, and Jonathan kind of slipped up. I got under him, and then we were messing with Josh right at that last restart, and I'm like, hey, I can see through your spoiler. And then he goes, I ain't got no tire. And then we just raced to the end. I didn't think I was going to get him that much. I figured we'd be like right next to like a photo finish, but had to live up to that nickname. I haven't got to do it in a couple seasons.
It has been a while since we saw the Heartbreaker come out and play. Now, obviously, some of that does fall on Josh. It looked like he was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to make this last desperate move into 3 and 4 down low to try and do anything, and looked like he clipped the wall and was gonna not finish in the top 5. Somehow managed to throw that car through the air over the start finish line and keep that 2nd place ahead of Jonathan. I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, he said he's been working on that low line. Kent McLean has sort of shown him that in some of the other series that you do have to use that a bit. We know that normally if Josh is up high, he's someone that is hard to beat, but it looked like he was just of two minds towards the end of that race as to where to run, and obviously got there a bit late and wasn't able to sort of hold it where it needed to be. But overall, for a late model race, we spoke about Lernerville the other day. That's usually a 3 to 4 over and under on the cautions. Limited late models can be a little bit cautious as well. And I think we had maybe 4 or 5 all up. Let's have a quick look at the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 yellow flags, but it felt like a very, very fast-paced battle. Those 65 laps all up, the Consi included. It really was a lot of good green flag racing and allowed you guys to really sort of to run it out. Anything that you had to change during the race that you sort of were hoping to do and couldn't do, or you sort of went, oh, okay, I should probably do this for a bit first, and not counting obviously the inside line run, but was there any sort of other strategies you had to sort of pull out coming from the rear?
I was just all about taking my time. I figured, this being a small, tight track and this amount of cars, that maybe I'd sneak up into the mid top 10s. I never thought I'd get all the way through, but it just a couple cautions that benefited me but hurt other people, I guess.
Yep.
Kind of come out, and I just kept working my way up, and then once you get towards the front, you kind of stretch out a little more and you got a little more room to work. And everybody from the first place to last place, I think we were just like tenths off of each other. Like the race speed was almost the same for everybody. So these it was definitely hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I bring up what was it? Let's go to get the qualifying results on the screen really quickly. But yeah, basically between where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, so basically, first to sixth, there was less than 1/10 in qualifying, and then you had to get all the way back to 12th place to get over 1/10 of a difference. Like Josh Roberts 12:08.8, Kent was only 0.047 slower, Dawson 0.73, 0.79 for Travis. Yourself and Jonathan 0.96 and 107. Like it really, we speak about it a lot, and it sounds like a bit of a line that I do like to use, but race speed is so similar on the track. You guys share the skill sets, you share tips, you share ideas and things like that to the point where you guys all are very similar racing styles. We can see you and Kent go out and do very similar race laps. Your teammates, you share a lot of information, but then you can see other guys that are either newer. We had a couple of new guys here tonight that did well. Drew Warren was one of them, where it just seems to flow through that field, and other people can pick up those skills and run with them as well. So and look, and that's the only way you're going to get better is if your competition improves. If you keep getting better and your competition stays the same, you're going to hit that window. You're not going to progress the way you want. So I think it's really win-win for everybody involved. That this league sort of works the way it does, because it just pushes you guys to be better. It brings everyone else up with you, and you start to see a lot of other people getting those opportunities. Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter, the Yoda Outlaws boys. Everyone's having a shot. So no, it's got to feel pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, and that's why we do the EOLs the way we do, to try to mix it up and get, we've had more different winners than we ever had in previous seasons between grassroots, and then that carried over into this season with this new points leader and the winner going to the back. So we're probably going to stick with that because we like that it mixes up. You don't want the same guys, it gets stagnant if the same three cars are winning every single race.
Exactly.
And then that's when you see the dip in numbers halfway through the season, because they're like, well, he's here, he's going to win, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we don't want that. So
no, that's the one thing that this season, and especially the grassroots season as well, has shown, is that don't give up until that checkered flag, because it really is not over until Barney's waving that flag for that final, that end of race. It really can go either way, and if you hold on and just play that patience game, unfortunately Drew Warren, he went out about 20 laps ago. 31 laps down, but for that first 20 laps, he was right up there in that top three, just sort of watching in the Consey, sort of sitting behind the top two guys, just waiting for those battles, for someone to potentially make a mistake. Now, if you are waiting for someone in front of you to force an error, you will be waiting a little bit longer than you usually expect, but it does happen. It's just pressure does that. So, it does show that patience is key, throttle control, all of those little things really do play a part in building a good run. And you could be 10th at one stage in the race in the first half of the race, but you might be in the top three in that second half. You're only as good as your last lap, so keep going. If you have that bad lap, do the next one, reset and start again. Just get back out there and keep going, and you see results, you see it happen. So congratulations, man, good run from the rear there. The points battle in this one and the UMP mods, I noticed yesterday, all very, very close within the top five. It's still anybody's game, and we're not quite towards the halfway point of the season yet. So those foundations sort of still being built, but anyone can win. To bring you up in the UMPs, you don't have a single victory in the UMPs, but you're still sitting in that top three spot. So consistency, another one of those keys to building a good run, not necessarily having to worry about whether you've got that checkered flag and get that win. You just need to be consistent and show up and make sure that you finish within that sort of area as much as you can, and it'll build that run for you.
I think you and I have talked about it before. I won a championship once with only like one win in that whole season,
and that was right at the
just
end
because I was here every week. And I finally was able to catch up to the guys who had wins, and just enough to edge them out at the end. And just by showing up every week and being consistent and trying to stay out of trouble, and then like you were saying about that little bit of pressure, like you can pressure another driver without moving them or bumping them. You just kind of
Yes.
you show them your nose. You let them hear that your engine's right there. They know you're there, and then maybe they'll make a mistake. A lot of times in this group, there's not a mistake, so you're gonna race side by side for 10 laps until one of you, who blinks first, and finally you can take that spot. And then I like earlier I passed Dawson in this race, and immediately a caution comes out, and I could see him in my mirror. I'm like, oh man, like I cleared you and had to give it back. He goes, I got so lucky. So I was determined to pass him again once we got heck going. Like, oh, that was my spot. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I
So,
want that back. Thank you very much. Yep, yeah, and that's what it's like. It's and you can see that across the field. You just if you can see a 2 or 3 car battle, just go one spot back and look behind, and you'll see that car just drooling, just looking at an opportunity, waiting for that moment to strike, and either get by them if there's a caution, or wait for them to slip up and get that car around them and take advantage of it. And it never fails. As I say, I've got the easiest job in the world. I got some really awesome racing to put out there, and you guys, obviously, the real talent out there. Now, with that in mind, obviously, there is a team that does go into everything we do, whether it's friends, family, sponsors for the racing or for the league itself, my man. Who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
first off, my woman and my kids for letting me sit down and race. Fellow admins, Dawson, Mikey Mixter, Wayne, Josh, uh, Chad Putterball for this paint, and Motowear, which is Tom Land, for sponsoring. He's been a series sponsor since we started, and all my cars. And then all these guys that come out every week. I saw dipping numbers last week, but then this week it picked right back up. So, as speaking for the admins, we're grateful for that. We want to keep everybody happy and coming out every week and racing. So, and that's about it. Oh, and you for everything you do for us. I about forgot you, and I shouldn't
No,
forget you. You've been with us since the beginning. So, but yep, you got this place to call home with us as long as you want to be here. So, and then that's it.
that's it. That awesome. And like I say, yeah, I'll ride your coattails as long as I can. It's an absolute pleasure, and it's rare to find a league that just works so well for as long as it has, and you keep it fresh every season. Things change up every season to the point where you guys are on your toes at all times, and it's always competitive, and it just makes for an easy show for me. So no, I appreciate everything you guys do, both on the track and from the admin sense. All right, well, that wraps up our racing week. We'll be back again Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian for the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks. KP Plumbing, UMP Modifieds will do it all over again for another 3 days of 5 races. We'll have you back in the booth anytime we can, John. Obviously, that part is completely in your control, so we'll leave that for you. But we'll talk soon, man.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you. All right, that was John Bennett. Here's our winner here today. Now, I'm unfortunately just going to have to wrap this one up really quickly. Got to run, do some other things. I've got to make some phone calls. So thank you so much for coming out. Cody McDonald in the chat. Cody, how you been, brother? Let's go McDonald Racing. Thank you for joining in, Brian Angel Sr. Also, everyone else that lurked in the background for the drivers. Appreciate you all. Yeah, look, thanks for coming out. My name's Bob. You know the drill. Love you all. Boy.